Hello and welcome to this episode of The Ignited. I am your humble dungeon master, Gilbert Ramos, aka at Ramos the Nomad, the CEO and founder of Rolling Nomads. And tonight I have gathered for you uh, planeswalkers that you should know by now. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into meeting those planeswalkers, shall we?
Hello, I'm Luna, or Druid by Night. You can find me at Druid by Night on TikTok, Blue Sky, and Twitch. You've probably seen me play a vampire a time or two here, but tonight I will be playing a different vampire, Amelia Voldaren.
Hello, everybody. I am David Gagnon, or DGtheNomad. You can find me over on Twitter or Blue Sky at DGtheNomad. And today, I am going to be playing Cal.
Hello, I'm Dawn. I don't have a role in the Rolling Nomads except to be here and be supportive. This evening I am playing Nadidah.
Hello, everybody. I'm Andrew. I'm playing Oberon, and hopefully we can survive this combat.
Hello, everybody. Hi, it's me, Avery, at Averydaboi on all the social media programs. I am the partnerships manager here on the Rolling Nomads. So if you like what you see and you'd like to work with us, either from a casting standpoint or a game development standpoint, send us an email and I'm the person you'll talk to. However, this time zone, I will be playing the Mole.
Indeed. And I'm so happy to have you all here today. This is going to be very interesting, as one of you was not with us last we left, and now we're returning in a very precarious situation. So, without further ado, let's take a look back, as we always do when we begin these episodes, and get a brief recap. We had a volunteer, the Mole. If you would kindly.
Of course. The last time we were dealing with these planeswalkers, we departed from the village of the Tuskeri with Tyvarkel, making our way to hunt a group of strange and potentially demon spawn warriors. I was not paying much attention. I just heard that there was to be a fight. But before we left, there was some looking around for gemstones and other things, a few magical items we lifted from the treasure hoard of King Arnie Broken Brow. Not a worry to be had there. Some interesting flirtation from Nadidah with Arnie. It was quite spicy. But Cal and I were doing a bit of investigating, and we've potentially a lead on another one of these beasts which has been supping from the sap of the world tree. A hawk this time that had been shot with an arrow from a rather dumb boy. But to prove his honor when we returned to the village of the Tuskeri, we made him promise that he would go with us to hunt this beast and finish a job left half done. However, none of this was nearly as important as our journey to this village, which we found, unfortunately, the people of this village had been slaughtered down to the last. Upon searching around the village, we found these strange totems, which then came to life, and now we find ourselves in the middle of something of a brawl. But don't worry, dear viewer, the Mole is here.
And how lucky we are that you are. Now, we jump back into it right where we left off. You all are in the midst of combat. There has been a realization that if struck by these individuals, there is an effect that takes place that is a bit debilitating. I believe, Oberon, you are most aware. I will allow you a very brief moment to call this out as you feel your body become lethargic. A wave of exhaustion hits you. You can shrug most of it off, but there's that weight now. You'd like to make your companions aware before we jump into something different.
Yes, I would definitely say something doesn't feel right. I feel drained. I'm not too sure what's wrong.
And in this moment, as you say this, as you all preparing for the next wave, the next bit of combat. This is when Amelia, next to Nadidah, you rematerialize. Now, this is not where you last remember. You are standing. Last we saw you, you were gathering your things. You have your bag slung kind of haphazardly over your shoulder. Your book at your side. All of your things are with you. And you were just going to meet your friends when you stopped, when everything was gone. I would like you to roll initiative.
Okay. 16.
16. So, we left off sort of mid-initiative order. So you will be coming up very soon. But right now, we return to our initiative tracker. The Mole, it is your turn. Oberon, you're on deck.
I think with Oberon looking like he may be in a little need, I think something will spring forth from the mole. Power he was not aware that he had as he reaches his hand up. And strangely, they almost look like golden ribbons come out of the backside of his wrist as he whips them forward and they wrap around Oberyn. And I will use I will use 2 of my Planeswalker spell points. And I will cast Barkskin on Oberyn.
You do this. A small paw reaches back, and you cast these golden ribbons forward, and they wrap around you, Oberon. Kindly detail Barkskin for us.
Well, first of all, it does require that I touch a willing creature. Are you willing, Oberyn?
Yes.
Until the spell ends, which is concentration of up to 1 hour, the target's skin has a rough bark-like appearance, and the target's armor class cannot be less than 16, regardless of what kind of armor it is wearing. And there is a moment where the word for this weapon that he has conjured arises in his mind. He knows in his heart of hearts this word that he has never heard, this weapon he has never seen. It is called a Sural.
Indeed. And as you do this, you grant your ally Barkskin a little more survivability, a little more of a chance. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I will then use my bonus action to invoke my Planar Warrior ability. As a bonus action, I choose 1 creature I can see within 30 feet of me. I will choose the Scorn totem that is in front of me. And the next time I hit that creature on my turn, all damage dealt by the attack becomes force damage, and the creature takes an extra 1d8 force damage from the attack. So drawing on that golden energy of the Sural, it jumps from Oberyn to surround this creature. As the Sural wraps it up, the mole's claws begin to glow with the same golden energy.
And you do this.
And
Wrapping
that is
your
all of my
magic.
action economy.
Perfect. Now, that will bring us to you, Oberon.
Playing off of the energy and the support that I received from the mole, I'll reach out with my hand with weapon in hand also and call upon the bond that we both share for supporting somebody that we love very much. Me and my sister, him is the child. And I will use Emboldening Bond. So for the duration, as long as we're in 30 feet of each other, I believe it's for 10 minutes, we will add a d4 to a single attack roll, ability check, or saving throw.
Perfect. Excellent.
And that will be my turn. I don't have anything for bonus actions.
Understood. You reach down, you cast your magic, and Mole, you feel emboldened. You feel this push into you, bringing your spirits up. Cal, you're up. Nadidah, you're on deck.
All right. So the first thing that I would like to do, because I've got this one in front of me, and then I see two more not too far away, but the last one, I hit him. He didn't really seem to care too much about that. So at this point, all I can do is really hit him harder. So I'm going to use Giant's Might, which will take a bonus action to increase my size by 1 category. So in this instance, this is going to take me from large to huge.
Excellent. So, you do this. I would like to make a note for the viewers. This, of course, obviously is homebrew. Wizards of the Coast is, quite frankly, cowards, and they don't allow creatures to be large. I'm a fan. So if you're Loxodon or Loxodon, and they're going to be, and you're going to give them the capacity to carry large things, fuck you, Cal's large. Am I aware of the imbalances that this might come up with? Am I shooting myself in the foot? Maybe, we'll see. But with that being said, we jump back into it. Cal, this is coming from your own magic, or is this coming from your Planeswalker Spark?
Yes, so this is actually coming from my own magic here.
Excellent. Then you dig deep, and perhaps the songs of home, perhaps being in this place, the reminder, the significance of this, you feel yourself grow. I won't force you into a doorway or anything like that, but you become a whole size category larger.
Thank you. So there are a couple of things that come along with this. Anything that I'm wearing also does become larger. If it was a situation where I didn't have the room to become larger, just nothing would happen. I've got advantage on strength checks and saving throws. And once on each of my turns, with one of my attacks with a weapon or unarmed strike, I can deal an extra d6 to a target on a hit. So that's how I'm going to make up for only being able to swing once this turn. So I'm going to go ahead and swing with my maul to try and hit this guy again. There we are. A 20 to hit.
A 20 will certainly hit.
Okay, I did use the right attack modifier, but I clicked the thing for unarmed strike, so that's my bad there. But for the actual damage itself, would be 6. And then rolling an additional d6 to add an extra 2 on top of that. But there's a little bit more here. I picked up, from our last session, we had leveled up, so I picked up a feat, specifically the feat Crusher. So this one here says you are practiced in the art of crushing your enemies, granting you the following benefits. I did get a little bit of a constitution bump, but once per turn, when I hit a creature with an attack that deals bludgeoning damage, I can move it 5 feet to an unoccupied space, provided that it is no more than one size larger than me. And this part doesn't apply, but it could be fun later. When I score a critical hit that deals bludgeoning damage to a creature, attack rolls against that creature are made with advantage until the start of my next turn. That part doesn't apply, but he just gets pushed back 5 feet.
Understood. Now, I will say this. You caught this last we were in combat, last time we saw you. You grow, you dig deep, you find even more strength. It's possible, very, very possible, Cal, given what you know about what you talked to Tyvar about with planeswalking, with the powers that you have, with your own strength, there is a possibility that your strength could be limitless. In this moment, it still doesn't do as much damage as you know it should. For in character, this just feels like this creature is incredibly resilient. For out of character, I have no problem sharing with you that you dealt 8 points of damage. It will be taking 4.
Understood. Well, that was my action and bonus action, so that's all I've got for right now.
Excellent. That brings us to Nadidah. Amelia, you're up next. Nadidah, I will note before you begin your turn, you recognize that weapon. The Saral, those golden whips, that the adornment that is on the mole's paws at this point, the Saral, that is what Gideon wielded when he went to save the little village on Zendikar. Your turn.
Nadidah's gonna shake her head a lot. And then we're going to try to invoke Sacred Flame against the creature that is on the side of Oberon that she can see, because there has to be a creature in a line of sight.
Perfect.
So I can't see the one that's around the corner.
Mm-hmm. So kindly detail Sacred Flame as you dig deep. Is this a Planeswalker spell or yours?
It's a cantrip. And it's mine. It's not a planeswalker.
Understood, understood. So,
Flame. Sorry.
no, please, by all means.
Flame-like radiance descends on a creature that you can see within range. The target must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 1d8 radiant damage. The target gains no benefit from cover for this saving throw.
Understood. What is the DC of the save?
14.
Cool. That is a 5. So go ahead and roll me damage as you dig deep, pulling from your own experiences, pulling from your own magic. This is new. This is a new experience for you, Nadidah. This is something you haven't done before. Yours is usually healing and taking on damage and so on and so forth. This is direct dealing of damage. This is direct pulling of life force. So, what is the result of your roll?
7.
7. This creature ignites in a... Well, you tell me. It's going to ignite in flame. What color is it? What does it look like when you cast this, Nadidah?
As her hand moves out, it's oddly blue. Almost seeming iridescent but sparkling at the same time. As she furrows and concentrates so that she doesn't hit Oberon. And she's just whispering, please work, please work, please work, please work.
And it flows from your hand and dissipates. And for a moment you think it wasn't enough. And then as if the ghost of a flame, it begins to ignite once more. Maybe a foot and a half away from the creature, and then pulls forward onto its chest, engulfing it now in this blue flame. In the same sense, you have a bonus action and movement if you would like, and you also know that Amelia has appeared by your side.
Yeah, she's just gonna kind of brush Amelia's hand as she moves forward. A little, probably just enough to be able to try to do this again. I can't get, there we go. To the one on the other side of Oberon. But she's gonna tell him to duck before she does it.
Excellent.
If that's possible.
Is Sacred Flame an action, a bonus action?
Oh, hold on.
Oh, it's okay. It's an action. You won't be able to do that this turn, but if you have a bonus action spell, you may absolutely cast.
Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh, no, wait, yes, I do. Actually, can I use spiritual weapon, please?
Absolutely. So, if you want to detail spiritual weapon and what that would look like for you, that would be great.
Oh, so she's gonna create a floating spectral weapon that's gonna last for the duration or until I cast it again. I make a melee spell attack against a creature within 5 feet of the weapon. The target will take force damage equal to 1d8 plus your spellcasting ability modifier. As a bonus action on your turn, you can move the weapon up to 20 feet and repeat the attack against a creature within 5 feet of it. The weapon takes whatever form I choose.
Excellent. So, what does this weapon look like? Nadidah.
As she pulls it, makes it form, again, the weapon is a blue blade, iridescent, shimmering. You're probably going to notice a theme with her. She's trying very hard to hide the shock that she's able to do these things. And still, she's just, please work, please work, please work.
Spiritual weapon is placed. I need a melee spell attack. So just a d20 plus your spell attack bonus, please. And this is the one across from you, correct? The one you couldn't see initially?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to place this guy right back here. So it will need to be within the range.
You needed a d20 and what? I'm sorry.
Your spell attack modifier.
So 11 and 6 is 17.
17 hits. Let's have some damage. This will be 1d8 plus your spellcasting ability modifier.
So it's 8.
Excellent. Perfect. So this strikes true, and it cuts into the back of this creature as it sort of rears up, and it looks like it's opening its mouth to scream, but there is no sound emanating from it. And I should note, for all of you that are up close, personal, and dealing these attacks, you, though Cal has not made his situation aware, you are having no issues. Every attack that you make is dealing the amount of damage you think it should. So, as your action, your bonus action, you have made some movement. Is that your turn, Nadidah?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Amelia, you're up. Then it'll be the creatures and the mole.
So, phasing back in, Amelia almost falls to a knee in the snow, but rights herself and takes stock of the situation. As Nadidah brushes her hand, she'll kind of look down at it and watch her go. Her eyes will follow to the creatures. And she's like, oh, all right. And I will cast Eldritch Blast on the one to Oberon's left, the one I can see.
Understood. I will note you can see both of them. Still the same target?
Yes.
Excellent. So, to Oberon's left. Perfect. By all means, go ahead and give me that attack roll, and let me know what it would look like. Take some narrative control.
Yeah. Okay, that's not great. An 11.
11 just hits.
Oh my god. So she kind of pulls her hand back, and the hand has the ring on it. And as she puts her hand out, red energy will coalesce from the ring, and then travel down her fingertips, and then shoot off at the creature.
Indeed, this almost sanguine-colored magic shoots forth, and with your attack roll,
Yes.
hits a square in the chest. Give me some damage.
D10, I think. Yeah. Oh my god. 3. Oh wait, I have agonizing blast, so that's actually 6.
Excellent.
And I have
It
repelling
bursts.
blast, so I'll push it back.
Understood. Now,
10 feet.
it is pushed back out of Oberon and Nadidah's range. I think opportunity attack has to be triggered by willing movement. Let me double check that though.
Yes.
I have one confirmation.
In most
from-
cases, yeah.
I have 2 confirmations from prior DMs. I have 3. All right, you know what? Fuck a book, dude. Look at this group. Hell yeah. All right. Yeah. Unfortunately, no opportunity attack, but we know for later. Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn, Amelia?
I'll kind of back up to this corner of the building, kind of, and look to my side and see Cal being just way too big,
Way too big.
and just
So much for so much
alright.
blood.
yeah, so much. And that's my turn.
Excellent. That'll bring us to the creatures. I'm going to make movements first. 1. We'll get to you in a second.
Okay.
Let's see, let me double check their movement speed. Perfect. Alright, that is all their movement. Now we're gonna get into, well, this guy didn't move, but we're gonna... He is very injured, so he actually is going to try to run. So he's gonna move 1, and Mole, that is gonna open you up for an opportunity attack.
It will, but unfortunately I cannot use spells for opportunity attacks because I do not have the Warcaster feat.
Indeed, would you like to make a melee attack?
I will try, but I need you to understand my maximum damage is 1.
Understood.
That is more than 0.
Roll a
Indeed,
20.
it is more than 0.
I rolled because it is strength based, I rolled a 0.
That's so rough. That does not hit, unfortunately. So that's going to be 1, 2,
What?
3.
You're telling me a 0 doesn't hit?
Love the break-in character to be appalled about a 0.
Meets or exceeds!
So, that will put us back up to the ones that are currently engaged. First, we're going to deal with this one
The elephant
facing
in the
off
room?
with you, Oberon. Oh, we'll get to the elephant. Trust me. Or rather, it is going to make a claw attack.
My AC is 18.
First one is a miss. Second one is a crit fail. So it takes 2 swipes at you, Oberon, and learning from your mistakes, even with the weight, the little bit of lethargy you have, you are able to duck and weave and move out of its range. Now we deal with the elephant in the room. 2 with the one that are already engaged with you, Cal.
Okay. My AC is 15.
First one's a miss.
Okay.
Second one is a hit.
Okay.
So, we'll deal with this real quick.
Okay. And then I will have a relevant question to that after, like, depending on how much damage it does.
I need you first to make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
16?
As a success. So no adverse effects from you, but you are going to take 6 points of slashing damage.
Wonderful. Yeah, I wasn't sure. My question there had to do with the armor of Agathis. By the way, that one takes 10 cold damage.
Jesus. Alright.
As it cuts into the armor, the ice essentially reacts quite violently and spikes out.
Spikes out, sort of grips its own claw and hand and kind of has to
Turn around.
retch back to the point where it pulls back hard enough to release itself and pulls back, and it has 2 fewer claws at this point. Now we're going to deal with the one just to the north of it. This one is also going to get 2 attacks against Jakal.
Okay. Yeah, and my question earlier, and this may or may not matter, because of the temporary hit points, does its thing still count as like triggering its effect when it does damage?
Yes, it's not because it's not on damage. It's on the hit. It's the attack itself.
Gotcha. Okay.
But both of the attacks of the one to the north fail.
Okay.
Those are our creatures, at least the ones that are actively engaged and currently being held at bay. This brings us to the mole. Oberon, you're on deck.
The one towards the bottom of the map, this is the one that I pretty severely injured and have my bonus D8 damage on, yes?
Correct.
So, I will use another spell point. Going down to 3. And I will cast Zephyr Strike on myself as a bonus action. Which... I know I've said it a few times now, but I'll detail it again. For the duration, your movement does not provoke attacks of opportunity. Whether you hit or miss, your walking speed increases by 30 feet until the end of the turn. So I'll do 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I will then use Primal Savagery.
Excellent. Now, we've seen you use this a couple times. This will probably be the last time I ask you to detail Primal Savagery.
Yes. Primal Savagery. It is one action, and it turns one attack, one claw attack into 1d10 acid damage. That acid damage will be force damage on this target. However, from the planar warrior, all of the damage will be force.
Understood.
And that is a 23 to hit its armor class.
That certainly hits.
That is going to be a d10 plus 2d8 force damage. 21 points of force damage.
21 points of force damage. This one is untouched. This one is a fresh combatant. However, another peek behind the curtain for you viewers. I roll for my hit points. And in this case, I rolled for each individual combatant. This one rolled very poorly. Kindly detail how this happens. The mole.
Kind of a strange swelling in the mole's chest as they are filled with energy and righteousness as they chase this thing down. And as he leaps towards his back, his claw glowing with that golden energy, the Saral wrapping around his claws. He says, a voice very much not from the mole.
You were defeated the moment you declared your aggression.
And he plunges his claws through the back of it and rips through it, moving towards the next one.
Excellent. As this one is destroyed.
And I don't know if Nadidah is within earshot of that.
I would ask on your turn, Nadidah, remind me, or you can make it now and let me know. I would love a perception check. Same thing for you, Oberon, just because you might not recognize the voice, but let's just see if you hear it. But for the time being, Mole.
Yeah, that is. Do still have 15 feet of movement, so I'll just go 5, 10 to be beside this one, and that is the one that I hit last game. Correct.
Correct. This one is the one that looks very injured and is fleeing.
Got it. Cool beans. Yeah, that is the entirety of my action economy minus the 5 feet of movement that I don't need.
Perfect. Oberon, you're up, and the results of your perception check.
19.
Certainly heard someone's voice coming from that direction. It wasn't not exactly a scream, but certainly deeper, a little bit louder than what should emanate from the mole. As far as line of sight, difficult to say where it came from, but that is what you heard.
Someone tried something different against this guy. Oh, the one in front of me. I will cast Toll the Dead. So from its point of view, it's gonna hear a bell. Ding, ding, and I'll use all the energy from the spirits or from the people they killed, the spirits that are left behind. Please have it make a wisdom save.
Absolutely.
DC 13.
That is a 6.
Perfect. But it will take necrotic damage. I don't know if this will work, but it will take 11 necrotic if it does anything to it.
Indeed, you see, as you cast the spell, whispers. All of you hear faint whispers, the last words of the dead. Amelia, having just emerged here, taking in the scene slowly, there are corpses littered in the snow. This is a massacre. There are burned buildings. What you see here is a razed village. You see ash and blood and burnt wood. And now you hear the whispers, the final prayers, the final words of each dead soul here coalesces and bombards this creature as it sort of chitters and shakes. And now, Oberon, it opens its mouth and it screeches. This sound like metal grinding against each other as it sort of twitches and convulses, this almost seizure. Anything else on your
I will
turn?
then move around it, not leaving its range. So that I can stay within range for the bond me and the mole currently share. And that would be my turn.
That'll bring us to you, Cal. Nadidah, you're on deck.
Okay. So I'm going to take a swing at the one that I was hitting before. Because while the hammer may not be the most effective thing against them, I don't have much in terms of magic. So hopefully I hit harder. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I'll be doing one with my main and then swinging the second one with the offhand. So we'll start with the first one.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 22 to hit.
Certainly hits.
Okay. And that one was for 9 bludgeoning. And 23 to hit with the second one for another 7. So a total of 16 bludgeoning damage. And for... Excuse me, there was a little bit more because of that other feature that I have. Adds 1d6 to that, so another 2 on top of that for 18 as the grand total. And it does say that the space has to be unoccupied, so I guess he doesn't get pushed.
You can push him, as strange as this can be, because it just says you push into an unoccupied space. It doesn't have to be directly back. You can push it back to the side, sort of like whipping the hammer and kind of knocking it.
Sure, I'll do that. That sounds cool.
David, for your ability, is it once per turn or like
Once per
only
turn.
do it? Okay.
And out of curiosity, this ability, what is the source of it? Because this might grant you a little more than
So the extra damage was from the Giant's Might, which is a fighter class skill that I got from Rune Knight. And then the pushing comes from the feat Crusher.
Understood. Okay, copy that. This creature is terribly damaged.
Okay. Good. That's what I got for my turn because that was my action and bonus action.
Understood. That'll lead us to Nadidah. Amelia, you're on deck.
So this one is still alive. The one that was just screaming.
Correct.
Okay.
Now it looks like it's seizing a bit, like sort of twitching and just it's moving very sporadically not moving from its spot, but sort of twitching and shaking.
Okay. Well, we're gonna use Guiding Bolt against it because I want it to be dead.
Fair enough.
Want it to be dead, and I can't see around Cal. So,
Guiding Bolt. A 20 to hit. Certainly hits. Let's see. You can roll me damage.
Also, don't forget your perception check on your toy.
Yes, thank you.
it was a 9. Thank you, sir. The perception check was a 9.
Excellent. You unfortunately you heard the whisper. Maybe it's the memory. Maybe it's the Saral, the sight. But you swear, just a glimpse. You're not sure if it's real or not. You heard Gideon's voice. And you cast this guiding bolt and take some narrative control. What happens as this creature is destroyed, Nadidah?
He apparently loves light. It's another streak of light. It seems to be working. And it just flashes from her hand again. And she's still, everything is please work, because somehow she's feeling it, but she's not sure where it's coming from or why it's happening. So she's just trying. And it's please work. And it's just a flash of light that hopefully will make this creature explode.
And indeed, it shoots from your hand, and it doesn't fade this time, Nadidah. You see the full arc as this creature opens its mouth wide, breaking the stitching along its jaw, opening its jaw wider than it should, and it shoots it right into the maw, right into the back of the throat, and explodes from the inside. It is gone. Is there anything else on your turn, Nadidah? You still have a bonus action, and you can still move your spiritual weapon, I believe, as a bonus action, if I'm not mistaken.
That's correct.
Up to 20 feet.
I can move. I can move, or I can move the weapon.
You can do both.
You can move the weapon and move. Yeah.
So you can move up to your movement speed, which is 30 feet, and then the weapon itself, as a bonus action, you can move it 20 feet.
Well, I need to get to Cal, so we're gonna go. Wow, I can't move very fast, can I? We're gonna move that. Okay. Trying to see what's around the building.
Excellent. Is that your turn, Nadidah?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. That'll bring us to Amelia. You see that your friends have all but taken care of the individuals to the south.
Right. So, seeing that, she'll kind of nod and poke her head out to look towards Cal's direction and see him dealing with 3. So, I'm going to cast Cause Fear from my Planeswalker spell list at 2nd level on the 2 that are not as injured. So I believe that would be that one and that one.
Correct. Would you kindly detail Cause Fear?
Yes. A construct or undead is immune to this effect. Target must succeed on a Wisdom saving throw or become frightened until the spell ends. They can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns, and then the effect on a success.
What is the DC?
That would be 13.
The one to the north fails. This guy succeeds.
Okay. So what you see is this kind of black, inky ichor energy emanating from Amelia around her in an aura. And she just concentrates this feeling of fight towards these creatures. And the same aura envelops them as well.
Is this spell concentration?
Yes.
Will you do me a favor and check your special book and see if you've reached a certain point where concentrating on a spell changes something for you?
Sure. Yeah, I'll check that out.
But this is fear. You don't need to necessarily take care of it. I would just when it's not your turn, we'll take care. We'll take care of it.
Okay.
But the sensation of fear is felt. Please, by all means, correct me whenever I get to their turn, and if I try to do something that would be outside of their line of for fear, let me know.
Essentially, they have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while in line of sight of the source of the fear.
Understood.
So I want to make sure I'm in line of sight.
You still have movement.
Would I
correct?
have? Yes. So would I have to move to get closer?
I would say so. Yes.
Yeah. Sure thing.
You don't need to move all the way like around Cal like this way. You could squeeze past, his leg and hand, and kind of just stand. This is a weird spot where you can kind of occupy the same space a little bit. Where if you wanted to move up to like right here, you could, or if you wanted to, yeah, there I'd say you're definitely within line of sight.
Yeah, I'll stick right there.
Because Cal's big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else in your turn?
I believe that's all I got. I also forgot one thing on my last turn, from my vampireness. I accumulated a fury point, so there's also this kind of red aura that's starting to coalesce around her.
Understood.
Now I'm done. You could say that I pass.
Perfect. So that will bring us to them. So this one right off rip, we'll take care of the easy ones first. This one right off rip that is that you kind of knocked to the corner and knocked to the side, and is kind of like very brittle at this point, Cal, is going to attempt to flee. This, I believe, is, yes, as weird as it is, still not within range of you, so this doesn't give you attack opportunity.
Correct.
5, 10, 20, 25, 30. And we'll keep counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. We'll take care of the fleeing ones first. Alright, Mole, this one is going to attempt to flee. 1, 2. Is there anything you'd like to for attack of opportunity?
10 on the dice, -3 for 7.
7. Fortunately, misses. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 6. As it takes its action to dash. And we'll just go down the line. Excellent, excellent, excellent. We are moving. Wow, is that everybody? Three. Alright, perfect. Alright. Now, this one that is feared can't move towards you, correct? So long as you're in line of sight?
So sorry. Yes, it cannot move towards me if I'm in line of sight.
Which means it can't move toward Cal either. Alright, this guy spent all his movement.
I believe it has to try to run away, if I'm not mistaken. Is it feared? Like frightened?
Yes, and I searched the frightened condition. It doesn't say it has to run away, it just can't move closer.
Okay.
There are some things that say that it has to move away, but that's like an additional effect.
Gotcha.
That doesn't apply
Okay.
here.
Yeah. Alright.
Nerds.
So we have 3 that are in range of you, Cal, and none that are in range of anybody else. Alright. Rough.
That's fair.
Cal, you're so big.
Thank you. I drink my
So,
milk.
what is your
Lots of
DC?
grain. My AC is 15.
Okay. So that's a 17. So the one to the bottom fails both its attacks. This one, being a fresh combatant, is going to use its terrifying glare. I would like you to make a wisdom save, please.
This one save coming right up. 5.
5?
5. I'm in danger.
Okay. With a 5, Cal, you are frightened. So rather than detail everything we just went through, same thing applies to you for this specific effigy.
That specific one. Okay.
So now we're gonna make 2 more attacks.
Okay. Now for one of those attacks, I would like to use another feature that I have, and this will use my reaction to do so.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got a couple of runes here, but the one that is helpful here is going to be the Cloud rune. When a creature, or when myself or a creature I can see within 30 feet of me is hit by an attack. This will only trigger if they actually do hit. But basically, using the reaction would invoke this rune and allow me to choose a different creature within 30 feet of myself other than the attacker, who becomes the attack target instead, taking all of the same effects. So if this one does hit me, one of those hits would go to the one that just did the frightening effect on me.
Excellent. So, with that being said, the second attack was a hit. Instead of hitting you, it's going to hit the one that has just used its terrifying glare on you.
Correct.
And I'm fighting
And
myself.
that'll burn my reaction. And that's
Excellent.
what that's like, Gilbert.
Yeah. Yeah, this feels right. Sick. Okay, that's going to be 7 points. Nope, 8 points. And it also technically needs to succeed on a wisdom saving throw. Okay, that's rough. That is that is all the creatures. And that brings us back over to the mole.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, which, fun fact, is my movement speed when I'm not movemently enhanced. So that'll get me up to this one here. I'll use my bonus action to invoke Planar Warrior against the creature in front of me. And then I will use my action to, again, cast Primal Savagery. And because I am within the range of Oberon's spell this time, that adds a d4 to that attack roll. And that is going to put us at a very healthy 26. And then it'll be just a d10 and a d8. 16 points of force damage.
16 points of force damage. And this is using what?
Primal Savagery and Planar Warrior.
Gotcha. And I'm sorry, what was the attack roll? I'm so sorry.
Very healthy 26.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, that is the entirety of my action economy.
As you leap forward, you carve into the creature. It looks like it's taking significant damage. It looks like something's changing here, Mole. Now we move from Mole to Oberon. Cal, you're on deck.
Yes, 5. 30. Okay, so I'll move over here. And I'm gonna say, I'm not gonna let you get away. I'm gonna cast Toll the Dead on the one running away. Please make a wisdom save. Woody.
Absolutely. That is a 19.
Nothing happens because it's a cantrip.
And then this is for what ability? Or what spell?
Toll the Dead.
Toll the Dead. The same whispers coalesce and move forward and don't seem to find their mark. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Oberon?
I have no more actions currently, but I'll try to get them. That's my turn for now.
Understood. That brings us to Cal. Nadidah, you're on deck.
Okay, and just a quick question, because I know this back one here in the corner, the frightened effect is still there. Do I have disadvantage on attack rolls while it's in sight, or is it just against that target?
Let me see.
Because sometimes it specifies.
Line of sight.
Has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of its fear is within line of sight.
Understood. Yeah, then, which one? I'm sorry, was it it was the bottom one here that had already tried to hit me and had failed to do so, correct?
Correct.
Or had succeeded but hit the ice?
That'd be this one
recall.
here.
That one. Okay.
Yes, this bottom one just failed.
Gotcha. Okay, then the one that I had damaged previously is the one I'm going to swing at first.
Okay.
And taking disadvantage into consideration. 22 for the first one. For 11. And then for the second hit was only an 8. So I imagine that one's not going to do too well.
You said
A 22 and an 8. The additional 1d6 from the Giant's Might adds a 5 to that. So it brings it up to 16. And then I'll just push him 5 feet, just to right up there with the Crusher feet.
understood.
Okay.
So you push this one forward as you swing the mauls. As you swing your hammers. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
That'll be it for me.
I'll bring us to you, Nadidah. Amelia, you're on deck.
Whew. Well, it worked first time, so we're gonna try Sacred Flame again on this one in front of me, please.
Mm-hmm. By all means,
Thank
this
you.
is a dex save, correct?
Yes, sir.
And what is the DC? Doesn't matter.
14, I'm sorry.
Yep, doesn't matter. It's a fail.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You don't have to be. It's okay.
So it would be 3 damage, only 3 radiant.
Once again, it bursts forth the flame and burns away a lot of the straw, the little trinkets that are on this effigy. Nadidah, is there anything else you'd like to do? You still have your spiritual weapon that is up, and you are within range of it.
Still alive?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We're gonna smack it with the weapon. Or try to kill it with the weapon.
By all means. And this will be a D20 plus. This will be a D20 plus your spellcasting ability modifier. So whatever your wisdom modifier is, I believe you said it was a 4, correct?
Yes, sir. 16 plus 4 is a 20.
Excellent. Yes, perfect. Okay. This is a 20 hits, so go ahead and give me damage. It'll be a 1d8 plus that plus 4 from your wisdom.
Plus 4 is 11.
Take some narrative control. As your spiritual weapon is going to be the one that takes this out. What would you like? What does this look like to the rest of the world as it happens?
As the weapon's just going to slice through it and try to throw it away, make it explode. It's just, she's angry and it's starting to show. She just wants this over.
The blade
And the weapon
cleaves the effigy in two, causing all of its sort of innards, the straw, the sticks, all of these little things that are within this thin frame to spill out and combust in that same sort of sacred flame. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Nadidah? That's your action, your bonus action. You have some movement left.
So it is straw and sticks when it cuts open,
Primarily stick.
but there's not like organs, blood. It's
No.
okay. Sorry, I just wanted to double check that. And then I can move my weapon, correct? Or does that disappear yet?
Nope, it's still up, I believe. This is going to be... So your spiritual weapon lasts for 1 minute. So 10 rounds.
Okay.
Yeah, so 20 feet.
Okay. I don't know why I moved closer to that one, but that's what we're doing.
I know you said it brings it to me, but you're muted.
Yes, that's the one. Amelia, hello.
Hi. So, 2 things. I have 1 question. If these things are sticks, are they constructs? Because my frighten wouldn't have worked if they are.
Technically, yes, but these For the sake of your frightened, no.
Okay. Interesting. Alright. Another thing. You reminded me of something else that happens with my vampirism. As Amelia is concentrating on a spell, her features shift from this beautiful woman to something more monstrous. Elongated fangs, kind of a shortened nose, long natural claws.
The skin becomes less just pale and more of a dead gray. And Cal, that frightened effigy, you know that Amelia is sort of standing behind you and to your side. And if you were ever so inclined to see what exactly is it so afraid of, you could.
You don't gotta do all that.
I mean, I would glance over. If something in front of me is more afraid of something else than of me, then I'm at least curious.
And we'll get to that. Amelia, your turn.
Also, another question. I'm so sorry. I'm just trying. This character is a lot to keep track of. Is it sunlight? Am I in direct sunlight?
Not direct sunlight, no.
Okay. Cool. Then I don't have disadvantage on Eldritch Blast. Which one's the most hurt?
Which one is the most hurt?
Yeah, which one's looking real twiggy?
Real twiggy. This one up here, to the far north. Everyone else seems to be decent. The one that Cal really fucked up has fled.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Go around Cal. And I will cast Eldritch Blast on it.
Understood. Give me an attack roll.
Oh, it's way better. Fucking math. 21.
21 hits.
Okay. And then a d10. Come on. 7. 7 plus 3, so 10.
10's what you needed. So, detail what happens as this thing is going to dissipate from existence, or explode, or however you'd like to describe.
Yeah, she does the same hand movement, calling on the power from her signet ring, with the Markov emblem emblazed on it. And it will explode in sticks in all directions.
So this wave of force. Cal, what you feel behind you and what happens from your point of view is this effigy sort of changes. The one that is feared sort of takes a step away and falters for a moment. And as you begin to sort of lean back and look over your shoulder to see what could be behind you, she's not there. And something cold creeps past your spine as it drifts past you to your left shoulder. And then an explosion of twig and trinket and leathers and all these little baubles that are made of this Scorn effigy explodes. And there's that same cold feeling over your left shoulder. Is that your turn, Amelia?
I have, let's see, I went 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, wait, hold on. 5, 10. I'll back up 5 feet. And then that's my turn.
Understood. That brings us to the creatures. Now, something happens here. All of you hear a voice call out. Deep, commanding, most poison-like. And it calls out and it says, "Enough." And I need everyone to make me a perception check.
13.
13.
15.
This would not happen to be against a monstrosity, would it?
No.
Got a 7.
The mole is sitting very comfortably at a 24.
Jesus.
Perception's my highest skill. I get a +9.
So,
That's fair.
our 15 and our 24. You are the ones to see in the distance and peering across the rest of the village. This strange figure comes standing and walking over one side of the home. It is... I think both of you have seen... Well, I know both of you have seen fiends before. This sort of demonic looking, purple skinned. It has a beard that is almost tendril-like, made of thorns and these tentacles coming out of its cheeks that end in these thorny sort of whips. It has a glaive in its hand and wings at its back. And as it sort of shivers and twitches its neck, cracking it, the colors of its skin change from pink to purple to red, changing and shifting in the sunlight that peeks through the clouds. It says again,
Enough.
and it calls out. Again, for our 24 and 15, which, for anyone keeping track, is, I believe, the mole and Amelia, correct? You see it point to Cal. It says,
This is mine. You have no authority. Leave.
that is its turn. And you all see the effigies sort of pause and wait and shiver. Ones that are not actively engaged with you turn toward it in reverence. This creature on the mountain, this strange creature perched up above somebody's home. And that is the turn of your combatants. And brings us to the mole.
Just for my edification, does it take any kind of action to scope in on something with Eyes of the Eagle? The magic item I was gifted by Inga.
Oh no, it's a simple perception check. And
Which that would have gave me advantage on that last roll. That's my B.
you want to roll just to see what you would have gotten?
Sure. Oh, way worse. Don't even
Too
check.
easy.
How far away is this thing?
Let's find out together. For you,
Is it-
mole, directly
Is it
from
this
you,
thing over on the edge of the map over here? Yeah.
145 feet.
Jesus.
As the crow flies.
Jesus H. Christ. Alright.
Now, we're going to stay in the initiative order, but combat for the moment is paused unless you choose to engage once more.
Each square is 5 feet?
Correct.
Alright. Big boy time. Bonus action. Zephyr Strike. Increases my movement speed by 30. Which gives me 45 feet of movement. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Double move. 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80. Let me zoom out from the map. So I have 10 feet of movement left. But that puts me right in front of the thing.
Correct.
And I think, again... Oh, this is so dumb. I'm going to use a Planeswalker spell point. And I am going to cast Compelled Duel on this creature. Compelled Duel. I'm running really low on spell points here. I need to slow down a little. You attempt to compel a creature into a duel. One creature that you can see within range must make a Wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature is drawn to you compelled by your divine demand. For the duration, it has disadvantage on attack rolls against creatures other than you, and must make a Wisdom saving throw each time it attempts to move into a space that is more than 30 feet away from you. If it succeeds on this roll, the spell doesn't restrict the target's movement for that turn. The spell ends if I attack any other creature, if I cast a spell that targets a hostile creature other than the target, and if a creature friendly to me damages the target or casts a harmful spell on it, or if I end my turn more than 30 feet away. So I need a Wisdom saving throw.
What is the range on Compelled Duel?
30 feet.
You are out of range.
Where's the thing? Hold on. Show me the map again, because I may have moved. Oh, I moved to the wrong thing. I don't know. Yeah, okay, that thing is way back there. Okay. What is this thing in front of me?
That looks like a cooking pot.
Does that look like a dude with a sword to me?
I couldn't.
Am I
tell
crazy?
you.
Like, am I stoned? Or is anybody else seeing what I'm seeing?
I could see it.
I can see it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, then I'm gonna have to save that spell for next turn.
No problem.
And let me check really quick what the range is on my Planar Warrior ability. Yeah, it's got to be within 30 feet. Okay, yeah. I'm going to invoke the Cape of Billowing and stare at it very, very hard with my cape billowing behind me.
Indeed. Full anime opening where the camera pans behind this tiny mole with a billowing cape and sees this horrific monster in the distance. That is where we leave you on your turn, mole. Brings us to Oberon. Now, Oberon, you haven't seen this thing just yet. If you'd like to make a perception check, by all means, this will cost you no action.
I did it by accident before, but I was supposed to have disadvantage. So 9, because I forgot the exhaustion.
Understood. You don't see it just yet. You know that the effigies have stopped attacking, sort of stopped moving.
And I know the mole ran around a corner.
Just fully just bolted. Just a flurry of fur and cape and intent.
So I'm gonna... I really want to kill this guy. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna run up 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm gonna have it make a Wisdom save again. Try to toll the dead one more time.
What is the DC?
13.
It fails.
Oh, thank you.
Go ahead and give me damage.
8 necrotic.
The whispers coalesce once more. It seems stronger now, Oberon. You heard the voice. You didn't see it, but the dead seemed to speak. Those last prayers, those last words, louder now. And this thing shakes and shivers and sort of just seizes into a moment of stillness, sort of like when you're tased, when all your muscles lock up, and then it just crumbles.
Perfect. I'm gonna call upon my Planeswalker ability or spell to try to weave around these fences and get closer to whoever I heard this yelling or booming voice, and try to just move slightly faster with Misty Step. So I will go past this tree. Am I able to see the mole from here?
See, the issue with the mole is he's tiny.
Yeah, he's so small.
And I don't believe we didn't narrate necessarily, but there is a fence line there, Mole. Are you on the fence line or are you on the ground?
I think the mole is standing in his hero pose on top of the fence, staring at this creature.
Then Oberon, you see the mole in all his glory.
Perfect.
The Cloak of
I'll
Billowing
move.
activated.
I regret nothing. I'll move 5 feet closer to him as the last bit of my movement. And is that close up? Perfect. Okay, cool. I'm in range for now. See, I knew he was going to be so fast. That'll be my turn.
Excellent. As the effigy crumbles, a roar comes from the creature. Mole, you can see it very clearly. Amelia, you see this as well, but we move now to Cal, who I will allow with that sort of burst again of noise once more. Give me a perception check.
Coming right up. 18 this time.
You see it now. That thing standing on the helm. It's not like what attacked your village. Maybe in some ways it's worse. It screams this bellowing sound as it lowers the finger that you now see was pointed toward you and shrieks. Your turn, Kel.
So, quick question with the effigies here. If I was to try and move past them, are they still trying to be hostile and prevent my forward movement?
From what you can tell right now, they are not trying to prevent your forward movement. In fact, you feel the drift. I think actually the one that had you feared is fucking exploded. So that's already gone. Yeah, you have no impediment.
Ooh. All right. In that case, I would like to try and move forward, moving past them, and then I'm not really in range for any offensive capabilities at the moment. But so with that, so right there would be about 30. I don't know. Did they cost difficult terrain for any part of that?
For you being large right now, no. And no, just no.
Could he step on one?
For flavor, yes, it'll still be up.
Oh,
It just kind of
alright.
pops back up. Yeah. That's
It
fair.
reassembles itself, yeah.
All right, that is fair. Let's see, and I would say I'm going to use the dash action to just move a little bit further.
I'll say again, as well for you right now, that small little drop off that your arrow's pointing to right now, not difficult
Right.
terrain. I've been avoiding it as I'm moving the effigies around because they're medium sized and they would have to climb or whatever. Not fucking medium or not difficult terrain for you. You're fucking huge.
Okay, that would put me about right there.
Nadidah, this is the first you've seen of Big Boy Cal.
Oh yeah, I've just remembered. Only Oberon has seen me this size.
And now Amelia.
Yeah, but that is what I have for my turn. So
Excellent. That'll move us to you, Nadidah. Amelia, you're on deck.
Holy crap. Gonna look at Cal. Where's Amelia?
thank you. So I kind of turn and point back. He's over there. She's okay.
Yeah.
She killed
Okay.
them. It was neat.
And as you round the corner, Nadidah, you can see Amelia in her true form. Amelia, if you would like to describe yourself once again, just to get a fresh take.
Yeah, so Amelia's skin went from pale to more translucent gray. Her fingernails, which were already in the shape of claws, are now elongated into more talons. And her fangs are protruding from her mouth, and her nose is shortened, much like a bat.
This is what you see, Nadidah. Amelia's true form.
Will you get over here?
Sure.
I only got a
On my
7
way.
on my perception check, so I have no idea what is going on with the big and everybody running that way. All I know is that she can't be over there.
Give
So-
me a perception check, as again, the new sounds. Cal, in that brief interaction, could have also pointed out where he's headed.
I got a whopping 9 that time.
I'd say with Cal, I saw you nod. We'll grant advantage on that roll. The 21 will give you access and see the demon that is perched on someone's home.
Yeah, we're still waiting for Amelia. Thank you.
Is that your turn, Nadidah?
Yes, sir.
That'll bring us to Amelia.
Another question that I should have asked earlier, but first combat we're learning. Do these creatures bleed?
They do not.
So I acquired no blood fury points, and that's fine. I'll dash.
Understood.
And as a I'm gonna, yeah. I don't really have a bonus action except for one thing I'm saving for later. So think that's it for me for this turn.
That'll bring us to the creatures and your combatants, and this will bring us to our break. So we will see you all after our brief intermission, where you'll see some of our upcoming programming, our upcoming schedule that's going on, and all of the stuff that you could see right here on Rolling Nomads. We'll see you all very soon.
Brother, long have you been my warden? Did you think you could stop all of my plans? I know you can feel yourself fading, growing weaker as my contingency unfolds. Brother, don't you see? In the end, we are nothing alike. I know you have assembled your own consortium against me. So, brother, when you fall, just as the shattered gate watch before you, this eternal vanguard and the entire multiverse will contest with my ignited.
Hello and welcome back. We got some water, we took a restroom break, we got some snacks. We hope you did the very same. So, with that being said, let's jump right back into it. And we do that on the creature's turn, the effigies and this strange, demonic, fiendish looking thing. and it points out once again and sort of stomps into the home that it stands on, crumbling away some of the roof again. And it looks to you, Cal, and it says,
You have no claim. Control your thralls. Return home. This is my domain now.
I have no thralls, but it appears we're going to have a problem.
all of you see a bit of confusion take over its face. And this creature says to you, Cal,
Was decreed infighting was banned. We are united now. Would you go against the warlord?
and as a note, because combat is 6 seconds around, this will be the last bit of conversation for their turn. So, Cal, you may reply if you wish. Anyone may reply if they wish, just very quickly.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Sick. Insight check, everybody.
6!
22.
11.
6, 22, 11,
20.
20,
15.
15. So, for everyone who rolled a 15 and above, you understand this thing thinks Cal is a demon. It doesn't recognize what Cal is. You have not seen other Loxodon since arriving here on call time. It seems like, for those of you again who rolled a 15 or above, it seems like this creature feels like a brother is stepping on its toes, or a colleague is not following protocol. And with that, the effigies begin to move again. Now that one is still... You're still holding that fear, correct, Amelia?
Yes.
Understood. Now there's been 2 that have moved past you, Nadidah. You can certainly make an opportunity attack if you wish. Against one of them.
Spiritual weapon gets an attack of opportunity as well.
Ooh. So you get both of them as they go by if you'd like.
Well, let's do that. Where'd my weapon go? So the first one that goes by, we're going to hit it with the spiritual weapon. Why, that little dude's moving.
Amelia, one moved past you as well, so if you'd like to make an opportunity attack, by all means. So let's take care of the spiritual weapon first with Nadidah. A 17 is going to hit. So go ahead and roll me damage. You can also just click the spiritual weapon button, and it'll... I believe it'll should roll you damage. Excellent.
7.
So the blade cuts through one of them as it moves past. It doesn't seem to notice as it makes its way toward Cal's back. The one that passed you, if you'd like to make an opportunity attack, it would be a melee weapon attack.
Yeah, let's do that. Goodness gracious. Ooh, I got a 20.
That is a natural 20, so that is a crit. Go ahead.
Wow.
Now, this is fun. The way we do crits here for this campaign, you're going to roll me weapon damage. What is the max damage? What is your weapon damage for the mace? What's the die? It's a D6. So, you're going to roll me a D6. You're going to add your strength modifier and your proficiency.
Got a 2 on the roll. And then my strength is a 2, so that's 4.
And your proficiency bonus, what level are you?
4.
Okay. I believe... anyone else want to call out, if you're level 4, what the proficiency bonus is? I don't know off the top of my head, if I'm being absolutely honest. 2. So 2 plus 2 plus 2. So you're at 6. 6 damage would be what you would normally roll on a normal hit. However, the way we do crits is you roll dice, you roll what you would normally do, and then you get max of the die damage on top of that. So it's a d6, you get an automatic 6 plus the 6 you just rolled. Does that track? Does that make sense?
So it's 12
Correct.
damage? Oh, wow. Okay.
So this is what happens as they move past you. You and the spiritual weapon take swipes at it, and it doesn't seem, these effigies don't seem to mind. It's either that or they are being commanded or bid to intimidate, maybe, Cal. As one moves past you, Amelia, what was the result of your opportunity attack?
16.
Hits. Go ahead and roll my damage.
6. 6 damage. So 6 damage.
6 damage. Okay. As you cut into it again, it doesn't seem to necessarily mind. These things just swarm and surround Cal. As this creature on this home, on this roof, stares you down, Cal. That is their turn. As it says,
Think this next action through, cousin.
moves over to you, Mole.
Going down to 2 spell points. For another Zephyr Strike as a bonus action. Charge. And we're in, baby. We're getting it. It's time.
Do you have enough to move up to the top of the roof?
I have 20 more feet in my charge. With
Perfect.
Zephyr Strike.
Absolutely perfect.
So I will launch right up to here.
Avery, do you
Excellent.
need to recast that? Because it's concentration.
Yeah, I cast it at the top of the turn. That's why I moved down to 2 spell points.
No,
No, but you cast
it's-
Zephyr Strike before, though.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
What is the concentration? Oh shit! Look at me learning shit about my spells. I've been playing D&D for a long time. and
I
ain't
believe
learned
you've
nothing about
cast it
spells in a
because
while.
I wasn't aware it's concentration. You've cast it. This will be the third time you've tried to cast it. so
Yeah,
you should-
concentration up to 1 minute, so I get 2 spell points back. Good to know. Good to know. And just because I know my rules guys out there are gonna say something, Zephyr Strike just makes it so your movement does not provoke attacks of opportunity. So get up there with him.
You're with him.
And as I cast Primal Savagery and go to attack, the mole will just say, "For freedom and peace, I will keep Kithian's watch."
Go ahead and give me your attack roll.
That would be a flat 20, not natural.
That hits.
Plus 2d8 force damage.
Did you do your planar thing? It's a bonus action, right?
Yes. That's 16. 23 points of force damage.
The tiniest of us is just whooping booty.
Say 23 points of force damage.
Yes.
That's
Alright,
beautiful.
alright. Not 3, 23. Okay, there we go.
Yes. 23.
What does it look like as you carve into this creature? Not really noticing you, not really paying attention, firmly focused on Cal, as you sort of, not even necessarily sneaking, but it hasn't acknowledged you. So what happens here? Well, I know you've made your statement. Where do you cut?
I think sort of using that upward momentum with the Zephyr Strike and leaping up onto the roof, I'm going to carve out as much of the underside of his wing as I can. Then it just rips through with that golden energy.
Excellent. You do this. Amelia, you look like you have something to say.
I just have a question. Because I
Yes.
like to pester the DM with
Mhm.
questions. Could this count as surprise?
No one suspects them.
I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
As he was aware that there was combat already happening, he was aware that Cal had thralls, and likely saw this fucking lightning rodent just bolt through the snow and just didn't pay it any mind. Didn't expect to be, have his wings severed. So no, unfortunately, no. I'm not gonna call it a surprise. I will say, Mole, as you do this, as you carve into the wing, he cries out and reaches his hand out toward the Scorn Effigies.
Yes, that's right. Call for your cronies. I will beat them into submission.
Is that your turn, Mole?
Yeah, that's all my action economy. My tick is gassed.
Sick. Oberon, you're up.
Do I know that Cal's over here and that they're trying to attack him?
You heard Cal's voice, and you saw the effigies. You saw one run right by you.
Yes.
I would say that you're tactically sound enough, at least book smart enough to know that, like, in tactics, they're probably going to go for the largest thing, and you've seen what Cal can do.
Yes. So I'm gonna Misty Step again. Try to close some distance going straight up. And let me double check my distance real quick. I need to get a little bit closer. So I will move closer after I Misty Step towards him and see the shenanigans. I'm just gonna get like a little bit closer. I'm right around here. I will cast Sanctuary on him, and it'll last for a minute.
Detail Sanctuary.
I shall.
And by all means, take some flavor on what it looks like when you cast it.
A little halo appears above his head as holy light descends upon him, and it wards creatures from attacking him. Until the spell ends, any creature who targets the warded creature with an attack or harmful spell must first make a Wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, they must choose a new target or lose the attack or spell. But once once Cal attacks, the spell will end. Or if he does anything to like harm them. So he's safe for now.
Understood.
And then I'll use the last bit of my movement to run around towards the mole because he looks like he's going to be in trouble. So that was like what? 10? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. End up right here. And
Excellent.
That will be my turn.
That'll bring us to Cal. As the halo goes above your head, Cal, you feel a wave of protection as the creature calls out after it finishes screaming from its wing being cut. It calls out and says, "Blasphemous!" Your turn.
Well, with the Sanctuary in effect, I'm just going to kind of try to step over these things and continue my forward movement.
You absolutely can.
I could probably get to right there next to Oberon.
Okay. By all means, make your movement. I am going to make 8 fucking Wisdom saving throws.
That's fair.
DC 13.
DC 13. Sick. 2 succeed.
Gross.
And so 2 are going to take an attack of opportunity.
Okay. Oh, that's right. They have to pass, and then they get to try to attack.
That is a 7.
The 7 does not hit.
That is a 16.
That will hit.
Excellent. So with this, Cal, with the 1 attack of opportunity, I need you, 1, to take... You're going to take 6 points of slashing damage. I need you to make a Wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Okay. And the one that hit me will take 10 cold damage.
Christ.
And I got a nat 20 on the Wisdom save.
No worries. No problem at all. Much like before, this creature slashes at you, gets caught in the ice, and rather than pull itself back, you, in mid-stride, take a chunk of its claws with you. It pulls back. It has 2 claws left on its hand. So that's your movement.
Alright.
I believe Sanctuary ends because of that.
Oh,
Because he dealt damage to another creature. Well, at least you're safe for now.
Or deals damage. Okay, yeah. So because of that, that'll also that 6 damage was exactly how much I had left on the armor of Agathis. So that dissipates as he hit me. It all just went into him. So
Excellent.
no, that was my movement and technically my action as well because of the dash there to get the rest of the way. So I'm gonna look to him. You have the chance to surrender. I grant you this courtesy.
You say this. It doesn't speak. Cal, it clenches its fist and you see magic take hold and begin to work its way. Its eyes still fix on the effigies. But it doesn't reply to you.
Well, that's what I've got for my turn. So
By all means. Is there anything else you'd like to do? That is just your movement, I believe, correct?
no, I had to use my action for the dash portion.
Understood.
Have nothing for my bonus action for right now, so now I'm a little closer, but we'll see how that goes.
Understood. That'll bring us to you, Nadidah.
Okay. Right. I'm gonna move right here. And use Word of Radiance. Each creature of my choice that I can see within range must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or take 1d6 radiant damage. The range is 5 feet. So obviously I'm going to focus on this little guy. If I can only hit the one.
No, you hit both.
Okay, I didn't want to assume.
They just both need to make a con save.
What is the DC?
14.
The one to the south, this guy here, is going to fail. And the one to the front is going to succeed.
Okay.
So, detail what happens for me.
She's gonna whisper the word goddess. And then she's going to erupt in blue light that just pours onto these creatures.
Understood. Roll me damage for me, please. This is, you are level 4, so don't have the damage increase right now, but 1d6.
Okay. Oh, I only got one.
That's
not good.
not unfortunate. I'm so sorry. Picked the wrong one. Okay. This washes over the effigies, but you can see that there's something else affecting them as they now turn from... They had circled Cal. They all turn toward their master now. And one begins to burn from your Word of Radiance. But it doesn't seem to register. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Nadidah? You have your spiritual weapon as well.
The one that was not affected by the Word of Radiance, I would like to hit with the spiritual weapon, please.
By all means.
And I can't speak, but...
17 hits. 12 force. Alright, well this is like the third time this has happened where it's exactly the amount of hit points during this fight. What happens here as this thing is cut down?
Can she still speak?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
She's gonna look towards the thing on the roof, and she's just gonna look at it and go, "You would kill your own kind over something that doesn't belong to either of you."
Nadidah, is this an attempt at deceit?
Yes.
Give me a
I'm
deception.
just gonna kind of turn back as she says this. What? But not saying that out loud, just the expression, and then turning back.
17.
Interesting. Very interesting. A 17 on the die for me. Let me see what he's got in what would technically be considered insight. You can see it's still sort of muttering under its breath. Mole, you know it's casting a spell. It's speaking in a strange arcane language mixed with its own sort of abyssal and infernal, but it doesn't seem to be stopping. Nadidah. That's your action, your bonus action, and some of your movement. You can certainly move more if you'd like.
No, I'm gonna stay right there for now. She's just gonna kind of glance at Amelia, hoping she continues on this vein. But she's gonna stay right there.
Understood. That brings us to Amelia.
Absolutely. When Cal turns back with the confused expression, Amelia will just give a hard nod.
Good enough for me.
And I will shout across the way. New orders have been given. This is no longer your domain.
Give me a deception roll.
What'd I do? Yeah, 16.
16's not bad.
Not.
Because of the rolls previously made, and he hasn't. But what is it? The DM screen fully down. He doesn't know if Nadidah is lying or not. So I will grant you advantage in this.
That's much better. 22.
22. He does not stop his spell, but he makes no move to do anything else, from what you can tell. Is that your turn, Amelia?
I'm gonna have to dash and hope the math works out. I'm so sorry. God. Nope. Well, that sucks. Yeah, that's all I got.
Understood. Moves us to the creature's turn. At this point, he casts his spell.
I'm not in range for counterspell.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the Scorn Effigies crumble. As they do, the runes that are carved into the wood and the bits and baubles that are on them glow one final time as they fall into the snow. And it drifts like mist very quickly across the air. And he breathes in. And the wing that you've severed, Mole, begins to knit itself back together. Looks to Cal, looks across, and looks to Amelia, Cal, and Nadidah. Says,
I am Varragoth's chosen. Orders would come to me.
Can I reply?
yeah,
She'll, Amelia, also looking monstrous, if that helps. Demonic, some may say. Will say, leave this place while you have the time before retribution comes.
give me an intimidation roll.
Okay. Oh, that sucks. 12.
12.
Oh, sorry. Math is wrong. 5. Or 10. I rolled a 5.
That's a crazy
Yeah,
difference.
we got there. 10.
On this creature's turn, he's going to speak without moving his lips. You hear, all of you hear him in your minds. Mole, Cal, Oberon, Amelia, Nadidah, you all hear him.
Lie to me, and I return, and no treaty will save you. Some of mine, or some of yours.
And he moves to strike at the mole, clinging to his wing. First attack is an 11. Second attack is a 14. No hits. And even as the beard sort of, that strange tendril and thorns begin to strike out, Mole, you move, you duck, you weave, you dodge. And he opens his wings. Beats down once, twice. 3 times it begins to ascend. Now, Mole, you can choose to, since you are tiny, choose to cling, or you can choose to let him leave.
How about neither? As the mole looks up to him and says, "You will not evade justice for what you have done to these people, chosen of Varragoth. Stand before me and die." I will cast Compel Duel.
Perfect. As this moves into your turn, you cast Compel Duel.
I need a Wisdom saving throw from the boy. The difficulty is a 15.
14.
Okay, so what that means for him, and this does take my action, I do lose concentration on Barkskin for Oberon. So let's start with that, because that's very important. It must make a Wisdom saving throw each time it attempts to move into a space that is more than 30 feet away from me. If it fails, its movement is restricted. It has disadvantage on attack rolls against creatures other than myself. Spell ends if I attack any other creature, if I cast a spell that targets a hostile creature other than the target, or if a creature friendly to me damages the target or casts a harmful spell on it, or if I end my turn more than 30 feet away from it. So we are locked in a 30-foot bubble.
Understood.
And I will concentrate on it with my bonus action for Planar Warrior. So then my next attack against it will be all force damage, and I will get to add a d8 force damage. That's my action economy, and I will gracefully pass my turn.
That brings us to Oberon. Cal, you're on deck.
I don't want to mess up his spell, but I do want to close some distance. I think I'll just dash towards the house. So then he'll get bonuses. Let me double check the distance. Yeah, I can get right to it. So then the emboldening bond will be active. And that'll be my turn for now.
Understood.
Oh, quick question. The mole isn't hurt, right? He's fine? He hasn't taken damage? That I've seen?
Not
Okay.
yet, no.
Not yet.
That brings us to Cal, if you're done, Oberon.
Yes.
Alright. Let me just measure this out right quick. Make sure I'm going the... Okay. So, I can get to about right here. If I were to dash, it wouldn't really give me the extra amount of space that I need, but I do have a longbow. So I could try firing a pot shot, but...
Soft reminder.
Let me double check.
Targeting him with an attack does break my spell.
Okay. Then in that case, I'm going to move closer to get into a point where I can swing if needed, but without busting up what my friend here is doing. So I'm just gonna, I'll use my action to dash and get over here. And there we are. And I don't think I have a bonus action thing right now, so that's going to be my turn.
Understood. Brings us to Nadidah.
Got lost. So is he still on the roof? I'm sorry, just to clarify for my... Or did
Yes.
he come off the roof?
He is
He's
hovering
still
above
on
the
the
roof.
roof.
He's about 10 feet right now.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm like eye level with him. Cool, got the visual.
10 feet above the roof.
Ah, oh, okay, almost then.
Okay. Now that Cal is out of the way, I would like to use Guiding Bolt.
Guiding Bolt has a range of 120 feet. Let's see if you're within range.
Attacking him with Guiding Bolt also breaks my spell.
Oh, well,
Oh,
Dag.
yeah.
Which, what I mean to say there is, if we want to entertain the possibility of him being able to fly away on his turn, by all means, have at it. Go crazy.
There's also the guys around you that you can kill to prevent him from potentially healing.
This is true.
that is true. Okay, because I don't want to break the mole's thing. So... Okay, we'll still use Guiding Bolt, but on the little dude behind me instead. Let's get rid of these minions of his, so I don't mess up the mole's plans.
Understood. And have you've already rolled it for Guiding Bolt? Is that what I see in the?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so with 16, that definitely hits. Go ahead and give me damage.
23.
Jesus Christ.
Nice.
Oh, she rolled 5, 6, 6, 6. That's crazy.
Almost
Insane.
perfect.
So,
That's-
detail what happens here, Nadidah. As again, this effigy is engulfed in that light.
Again, she's turning and she's this has got to work. This has got to end. We have to get rid of this guy. And again, the blue iridescent light just shoots from her hand again. And she's saying, why doesn't this hurt? Probably talking to herself at this point. This should hurt. Why doesn't this hurt? Please work. Please work.
And indeed, it does indeed work as it bolts forth and eviscerates and destroys this one of these last effigies. You have a bonus action. You may absolutely use it if you so wish to move and attack with your spiritual weapon.
Yes, please. We're going to get this little guy with the spiritual weapon. I didn't mean to land it on him. Sorry about that.
No worries. Go ahead and roll me for the spiritual weapon.
25.
25 will certainly do it. Jesus. Well,
Apparently
it
I
was
like
meant
5.
to be.
The dice have spoken.
So the weapon cleaves. Creature is severely weakened.
And just saying, you've probably killed the most out of everybody here.
I believe that is your turn for movement, action, bonus action, Nadidah. That'll bring us to Amelia.
So I've seen the mole do compel duel before.
Correct.
I can clock what's happening. That, and then I also saw Nadidah use blindness on the compelled person and it didn't break the duel. So I can ascertain that counterspell wouldn't either.
Correct.
Cool. That's all I need to know. So I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Let me double check I'm within 60 feet. I am like pretty sure. Yep. And then I'm definitely within 120 feet of these jokers. So I'm
I
gonna
want to
cast...
point out, you are not within 60 feet of the creature.
Oh, because he's flying.
Correct. He is 10 feet above the roof, which is about 10 feet tall, if I'm not mistaken, given my knowledge of roof of a single-story home. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't want to dash. So I'm just gonna use my movement to start getting in range and hope to God he doesn't cast spell. And I'll cast Eldritch Blast on the one that's hurt. The effigy.
Understood. Go ahead and give me Eldritch Blast.
Well, it had to happen eventually. I rolled a 1.
It moves, unfortunately, just shy of this effigy, Amelia.
Okay. In that case, that's my turn.
Brings us to our demon, who is going to descend rapidly, compelled by your spell, Mole. Once more, make 2 attacks against you. First will be with its weapon in its hand, this sort of glaive-like. There's a 17 to hit.
That's a hit, baby.
Thank you. All right. So with that, there's going to be 11 slashing damage. I need you to make me a DC 12 con save, please.
Is it 11 points of slashing first?
Yes.
Okay. And Constitution saving throw.
Yes.
14 plus 2, 16.
Pass. Excellent. So that is its first
You can
attack.
also roll a D4 for that, if need be.
Oh, I can roll a d4 for that. Thank you for letting me know. I forgot I was back in your range.
So as it crashes down, both you and it, Mole, go through the roof. And this doesn't impede the vision, as the wall is going to go away, as well as Oberon, the wall in front of you collapses from this impact. Yes.
I do have to make a concentration check for my spell.
Understood.
Because I'm a good noodle and no one can tell me I don't play this game fair.
Damn right.
13. We're good.
Understood. That is a 19 to hit with its beard.
Yeah, give me that beard. How much leftovers does it have in its beard? I need to know.
Well, it's got tentacles and thorns for it, so...
Lots of leftovers.
So let's see. It's going to be 9 piercing damage as the tendrils, the thorns, begin to just sort of stab at your body. And I need another con save for me, please.
Natural 20. But I have to make
Excellent.
another concentration check. 14 plus 2, 16. We're good.
Excellent. As it berates you and just bombards your body, Mole screams out.
One of mine, one of yours, one of mine, one of yours.
They continue to attack under this compelled duel. That will turn us over back to you, Mole.
Casting Zephyr Strike again, taking me down to 3 spell points. As the mole will look it in the eye and say, 113. These are the amount of men who have called me small and come to regret it. And I will attack with Primal Savagery.
You do this. Yes, Amelia.
I really hate to be that bitch, but since we learned that Zephyr Strike is concentration.
Oh, well, drop. You're right. So I'll have to not do that if I want to keep concentration on the duel. You're right. Look at me. I'm learning about spells. Listen. I usually play wizard. This is a whole spell list I never get to look at. All right. So with that, I did roll a natural 20 on my hit.
By all means, let's see some damage. So again, same thing with crits. What's your die? Your die? What's your essentially what it is your total possible damage plus the roll. Does that make sense?
Yep. So it's going to be 18 force off the rip. And then plus another 13. So that is going to be 31 points of force damage.
What does it look like as you carve into this? It's still up. It's still fighting, but you are sort of not bathing, but it's kind of impossible to not feel the torrent, the waterfall that is its blood.
I think as it digs into the mole with its thorny, tentacled beard, the mole scrabbles up that beard and goes directly into an eye socket. Just claws first, trying to get as deep in its skull as he can.
So it begins to speak to you, Mole, and says,
"You would not even be an appetite."
And then it is interrupted as you dive into the eye, gouging it out. You're in this.
Yeah. And essentially what the mole is going to be doing moving into his next turn is just trying to burrow out the backside of its skull.
Understood.
That's all my action economy. I gracefully pass my turn.
Excellent. That'll bring us to Oberon.
Can I still touch the mole?
Narratively speaking, the mole is in this creature's eye socket. So yes, you could probably this is so weird. If you want to just go put your finger in his eye, you'd probably be able to touch the mole's butt.
Then I will touch the mole and cast Enhance Ability. And I will give it the Bear's Endurance. So he will have advantage on... Let me put it up first. He'll have advantage on concentration checks. And then he'll get 2d6 temporary HP.
Excellent.
And it's a concentration spell.
So what does this look like, Oberon? I have to know.
He gets little furry body and little more fangs. Looking a little more vicious.
Perfect description, but I'm more intrigued. I love that the mole essentially becomes a sort of Croatoan mole. But I'm more curious as to do you reach in and try to? You have to touch him, so you have to reach in and touch through this dude's eye socket.
Yeah, I try to touch his little feet if possible. If not, I'll just
You do this.
go in there.
I won't say easily done, but yes, you do this.
And then he'll get 3 temporary HP because I rolled crappy.
Understood. That brings us... Is it your turn, Oberon?
That will be my turn.
That'll bring us to Cal. Nadidah, you're on deck.
So I do have a question regarding the compelled duel thing. If I was to try to grapple this creature, would that?
It breaks the spell, but I'm in his eye socket. Go crazy.
Okay. So with that in mind, I'm technically capable of using my trunk to grapple. And
Yes.
still being able to hold on to my hammers. So I'm going to try to do that. Being the size that I am, the Giant's Might gives me advantage on strength checks, which athletics
This will
is
be
a
an
strength check.
opposed athletics, correct?
I believe it's opposed athletics or acrobatics.
Yes. That makes sense.
I got a 23.
14.
Okay. So as the mole is digging into the eye, and, you know, we've got another person just coming up and booping the foot, my trunk is going to essentially wrap around his neck and hold him firm. And then I would like to use Action Surge to start swinging my hammers at him.
By all means.
And here we go. So first, with the first mole, 25.
Hits. Go ahead and roll me damage.
There we go for 11. And then with the offhand for the bonus action, I got a 19.
That'll hit.
Okay. For an additional 6, and then I've got one more d6 coming your way. For an additional 3 on top of that.
Give me the total damage from the second one. I'm so sorry.
Okay, so it was 11, 6, and then there was a +3 at the end. So a grand total of 19.
Understood.
I would try pushing him, but I'm also holding him, so I'm not going to do that.
So holding him with your trunk, you begin to beat into him with your hammers. What does it look like as his life is extinguished? Take some narrative control.
So as I'm wrapping my trunk around his neck and the mole is doing his thing, I want to essentially take the hammers and bring them together and collapse his ribs inward.
You do this as the mole burrows into his eye. It's a strange sensation. Mole, you feel this rather than see it. Oberon, you get the visual of the rib cage collapsing in on itself from the dual hammers. Mole, you are kind of forced out back a little bit as a pool of blood and viscera and just the innards sort of almost pushes up and out the opening that you've just created as you are sort of rocked back a little bit, and everything starts to calm, I guess, from around your environment. You have something, please.
I think just for the purpose of narrative, the mole, like a cork on a shaken bottle of Prosecco, will come flying out of the eye socket and kind of tumble across the floor of this house for a few rolls.
Indeed. And you see, as you sort of gather yourself, Mole, as well as Oberon, the creature limp, held in Cal's trunk, bloodied hammers in both hands. The effigies for Nadidah and Amelia, you can see shiver, and then look up toward the sky and fall. We are no longer in initiative order. We're no longer in combat.
Good job.
You have a moment to gather.
My form returns to how it was when we met.
I think the mole covered in blood and viscera will just kind of waddle over to Amelia. Pick me up.
I will bend down and do so.
Also, I'm kind of like covered in blood, so if you want a quick snack, no one's looking.
That's not really how it works, but I appreciate it.
I'm just saying you could like wring out my fur a little bit and you might have something.
Yes, it's okay. I appreciate it.
I burrowed a very long way through the snow to get here. I promise you I'm clean.
No, I understand that. That's not the issue. It has to be from the body, like directly. Well, no, cause like blood goblets. Wait, this isn't BTM.
Ring out my fur. Get a little snake.
How fresh does it need to be?
Exactly, that's my question.
You want to try to wring out the mole, just a little...
Just like a sponge.
These
Oh
are
my
some
goodness.
difficult times.
It doesn't need to be directly fresh. You can essentially have glasses of blood. It doesn't need to directly come from the vein. This is a bit of a stretch. I mean, you could probably get a sip, a taste. I wouldn't count this as a full drink, especially given the size of the mole. If he was more, if Nadidah or Oberon were coated in blood and you were to wring them out, sure. But the mole's teeny tiny. He's like an hors d'oeuvre.
That's fair. I think in that case, she'll just be like, it's not really enough to...
Well, it's going to come off in the snow anyway, so you might as well get something out of it.
Oh,
And there's
Jesus, you insist.
There's a moment as well, Amelia, because I noticed you avoided, you very specifically, it feels like, avoided saying that he was too small, because there was not enough blood on him. I just want to point out that, yes, that this is, I think, the second or third time you've seen, the second time that you've seen the mole covered in someone else's blood because they called him small. Just as a note for that.
After getting the droplets of blood on my tongue, I'll lower him. Like, that was impressive. Everybody was very impressive.
Kel, do you return to your normal size?
I do. With the threat gone, I'll shrink back down. After basically laying the body down on the ground, because I didn't want to get it off the roof later or have somebody else get it off the roof later. That's just... no.
I want to walk around to see how everybody's doing in terms of health, like how damaged they are. And I'll start casting Prayer of Healing. Because I can heal everybody for that much. I think it's like 2d8.
I didn't take any damage personally. The armor of Agathis absorbed it all for me.
I got a little bit whooped down.
Nadidah, did you get hurt?
Not at all.
Oh, I think Olin the Mole took damage. Okay.
Damn, guys. Look at us.
Yeah, I'll still
While that process is going on, because I see here the casting time of 10 minutes, so
yes,
we've got a little bit of time. I'm gonna kind of look around the village. And, now that the effigies and that creature are gone, just kind of looking at what's left.
And there's not much. Go on.
Question for the DM real quick. The last effigies, the last two that she was standing in front of, did they just drop?
Yes, the two that you were standing in front of, and then the one that was feared, so it couldn't move really to get toward the fight or Amelia or anything like that. Those remaining three have dropped.
But just to make note, after she just shakes her head as, the squeezing of the mole. Oh my god. But she's just gonna kind of shift through and see what these are made of? I know it's sticks and stuff, but is there... Because you said trinkets a couple times. She's trying
Yes.
to figure out how these are made.
Yes. As you kind of gather, this is stick and twine and straw. There are little baubles and things. Some of them are and it's very strange. There are like daggers. Some of them are stabbed into like the wooden arm of one of the effigies. Another is sort of bound toward the shoulder using a bit of rag. There are little baubles and trinkets, little things that are like hand carved buttons and bits of necklaces and things. It looks like things that were taken from battlefields or raided villages or burned settlements. And you're not entirely sure if it's for decoration, but you can see along even some of these trinkets there are runes, ashen now, but were once glowing in the midst of combat. And the skulls that make up the faces of these effigies are of varying different sizes and different creatures. Some look humanoid, others are maybe that of like a donkey or a goat. It's just bits and baubles and collected pieces.
Who's gonna collect anything that has runes, daggers, things like that, and the skulls, because she wants to take him back to Arnie. Just so he has like, here you go. Look what we brought you.
Understood.
If that's okay.
By all means. If there's no objections from your companions as well.
I have none.
No.
Yeah. No, and again, as I'm just kind of looking through the houses and at the area around it, I guess, once we see that there really isn't anybody left here, it's just kind of seeing like what's left of who was here before, like looking through the houses and.
Give me a perception check, Cal.
Okay. Only got a 6 on that.
Difficult to make out a lot of things here. But even with a 6, you can perhaps, fortunately or unfortunately, recognize what is familiar. One of the homes, you can see a work area. It looks like a mason of some sort. Tools are scattered now. Broken. I'm looking at the size of the home. The caved-in roof. The missing portion of wall from the fire. As you all assess and who was here before. This wasn't just a workshop. This was a home. 1, 2, 3 bedrooms. The 2 clearly smaller than the master bedroom. Beds that are clearly made for people that are not fully people yet. This was a family home. And even with a 6, Cal, you pick on things that are familiar. And everything comes rushing back. And that is where we'll end tonight's session of The Ignited. Thank you for being here. And thank you all for playing. And thank you for watching. We'll see you all again very soon. Same time, same place, same hero.